Hello guests, I am the host, and welcome to the Silent Lounge. We are less than 3 weeks away from the release of Killing Floor 3, and I am still worried about it. I've been watching the latest trailers and gameplay streams, and I have held off on creating content about them because I wanted to conduct a thorough assessment and analysis of what has been shown so far. Tripwire Interactive has addressed many issues I had with the first beta, most notably the UI, environment, atmosphere, and enemy behavior. Although these changes are good, there is still room for improvement. I will discuss the latest changes to the gameplay, outline the changes I would like Tripwire to implement in the future, and share my overall expectations for Killing Floor 3. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you enjoyed your stay at the Silent Lounge. In the last video, I criticized the character costumes and said, the specialist characters look ridiculous. They should look as gritty as the maps. But they're saving that for microtransactions. DJ Scully looks good because he matches the tone of Killing Floor 3. He isn't dressed in a pink tutu with bunny ears. He looks like a trained mercenary ready to kill Zeds while also dropping the hottest mixtape. I am not saying we can't have goofy costumes in Killing Floor 3. I know Killing Floor 2 has a lot of goofy costumes. You can wear like a pirate hat, or you could wear a funny bunny mask. I know that Killing Floor 2 has ridiculous costumes, but the issue for me is that the characters, the base costume for the characters look silly. If this was a goofy costume that you got from a microtransaction, that's fine. I can live with that. But this is the base experience. And a lot of people are not going to get the microtransactions. I don't get the microtransactions for games. I don't buy skins. I just play with what I have. And looking at the character with how silly they look, it's very hard to take the game very seriously. Tripwire Interactive has released a video celebrating the 4Gs of Killing Floor 3. At first, I thought it would be a showcase of the improved maps, but then I noticed the new look of the characters. They are not clean and brightly colored like in the beta. In this video, they appear to be more gritty and dirty, having fought Zeds. This is exactly what I wanted from Tripwire. Nakata has scars all over his face and his armor has scratches and scuffs. Devlin has black soot all over her face, except for the area where she wore her goggles. Devlin's uniform is also covered in black soot, with her goggles having the most damage. Mr. Foster, Obi, Imram, and Luna also share costumes that have blood splatters and battle damage. I am so happy that Tripwire listened and added these small details to the characters that really make them more immersed with the world that they are in. The characters finally match the mood and tone of the maps, making the experience more immersive. The weapons also look more gritty with battle damage and weathering. This detail suggests that Nightfall has been fighting Zeds for a long time, and after each battle, they return with new scars. I hope these skins will be the default options available at launch rather than skins that require a purchase. It would be a massive mistake if they went that route after putting a lot of effort into the maps. Hopefully Tripwire Interactive will allow players to choose between battle-worn costumes and the clean costumes shown in the beta. Killing Floor 3 will launch with 8 maps. The Army Depot, City Streets, and Horzen Factory have already been revealed in the beta. However, we have yet to experience the new and improved versions with the 4Gs makeover. We have seen them in Tripwire Interactive streams and they look gorgeous. My favorite map so far is the Sewers map because it reminds me of the Catacombs map in Killing Floor 2, with its minimalistic lighting and ambient effects. Convoy is another map I like seeing gameplay of during the first livestream. It reminds me of Black Forest in Killing Floor 2 with the beautiful sunset in the distance. Will these maps have dynamic weathering or day and night cycle as the round progresses? I don't think so, but hopefully I'm wrong. Overall, these maps look gorgeous thanks to the 4Gs and other improvements made by Tripwire. After hours of watching gameplay and comparing it to my own, I noticed that the gunplay has improved, most notably in the way enemies flinch, as shown in the footage provided by Tripwire Interactive in the forums. One of the significant criticisms of Killing Floor 3 is the gunplay. After playing Killing Floor 2 and Killing Floor 1, the gunplay in those games is more impactful and glorious than in Killing Floor 3. For me, Killing Floor 3 does not reach the same heights as the previous entries. However, it is way better than what was shown during the beta. The problem was that the guns in the beta lacked sufficient impact on the enemies, and as a result the gunplay was criticized. The issue was the lack of enemy flinching or blowback. Gun recoil is also a significant factor, and it appears that it has been improved as shown in recent live streams. We won't be sure until we get our hands on Beta 2.0. So, as I was editing this video, I literally just got a notification that Killing Floor 3 Beta 2.0 is going to be releasing tomorrow on Sunday, July 13th. Which is really good timing because I was literally editing the part talking about when the beta will be released, and I wanted them to do it relatively soon, and it looked like they just answered my prayers. So, I guess I'm just going to delete this section of the video and just let you guys know that I'm aware that the new beta is coming out tomorrow on the 13th of July. I'm definitely going to try to play it. I already requested access, so we'll just have to wait. I'm definitely going to watch what other people have to say. Let's say if I didn't get any access to the beta, I definitely am going to watch other people's impressions, and I'm just going to draw my own conclusions from there. So yeah, there's a new beta coming tomorrow, and I'm excited for it. Now that I have summarized the changes made to Killing Floor 3, I would like to discuss the changes I would like to see implemented in Killing Floor 3. I do not expect these changes to be implemented before launch, as we are less than 3 weeks away from the release date. I would prefer them to focus on the game's stability. So here are the changes I want in the future. Bring back the weight system. The weight system was perfectly balanced and it did not need to be changed. Why did Tripwire change it? I have no clue. The weight system allowed players to carry more than 2 primary weapons, and depending on the chosen class, it also allowed for increased weight capacity. Having a weight system made the player strategize about which weapon to keep or sell to survive the next wave. It is way more complex and interesting than being restricted to carrying 2 primary weapons and a pistol. The new system feels too simplified and arbitrary, and players do not have the freedom to use more than 2 primary guns or more than 1 secondary pistol. It is a good way to honor the previous Killing Floor games by having the weight system in the trader pod. Akimbo weapons. Killing Floor 1 and Killing Floor 2 gave you the ability to dual wield any pistol in the trader pod. This ability was stylish and cool, making the gameplay experience more enjoyable. Why do we not have the ability in Killing Floor 3? I know that dual wielding pistols are not as accurate or as efficient as firing a single handgun, but come on, let the player have some creative fun. Better yet, improve the dual wield mechanic and allow other weapons to be dual wielded, like submachine guns or healing weapons. It just seems like the game is taking one step backward by not having this ability that was present in the previous Killing Floor games. Even DJ Scully in the concept photos has him dual wielding Desert Eagles. My expectations. Now we have entered the most crucial part of this video, my expectations. What am I expecting from Killing Floor 3? I expect a significant improvement in gameplay and performance. We have seen gameplay footage and conceptual drawings, but we have yet to play the latest and greatest version of Killing Floor 3. From the very beginning, when I first saw the teaser video, I expected Killing Floor 3 to focus more on body horror and gore while retaining the fun gameplay elements of the previous Killing Floor games. Unfortunately, the HUD elements and the specialists detracted from the horror atmosphere, and the weapons felt like a generic live service first-person shooter. With all these changes, I expect a better experience. I want to be immersed in this dystopian world where Horzine is so big that they can get away with playing God and creating bioengineered monsters. I want to feel like I have no chance at survival when I play a match by myself or with friends. I expect to have the very same feeling I had when I watched the teaser trailer, which was overwhelming dread. I've read the comments on the first Killing Floor 3 teaser, which was released last year, and it's honestly heartbreaking to see how many people were excited for this game. The Killing Floor 3 beta is a fucking embarrassment to the fans of Killing Floor. It's insulting that we voiced our opinions on the specialist system before the beta, only for Tripwire to ignore us in favor of appeasing everyone else. Now, they are trying to do right by the fans by giving us improvements and bringing back the perk system. What do you guys think? Can Tripwire Interactive deliver on its promises? Or will this game become a killing flop? Thanks for watching this video, and I apologize for the lack of Killing Floor content on this channel. I wanted to wait and collect my thoughts for this one video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you enjoyed your stay at the Silent Lounge.